Hi, brothers and sisters. It's your sister Jane this evening, once again coming to you on a Sunday evening at around the same time as last time, actually, 10 to 8 in the PM, where I am at right now. I hope everybody is staying blessed and staying strong in spirit and, yeah, just doing good in general and staying blessed. Um, I wanted to thank Eagles Wings Ministries for sharing the videos. I think she said on Instagram or Twitter, one of those. Yeah, thank you for that, because the more we get the truth out there and spread the word, the better. And I think, yeah, when it comes to that, like, sharing videos and sharing from the chapel, the truth and everything, we all have to kind of spread ourselves kind of thin sometimes. Like, of course, we always come together. We know each other and who's who. Most of us do that have been with the chapel or studying the videos for a while. So once we have our kind of truth and we have learned the scriptures, we can kind of then go on to just teach it to others and put it out there for others to learn. Because like Pastor always used to say, like, people are hungry for the truth. They really are. Because I know I was, and I knew something was missing. The churches weren't teaching what they were meant to. That's for sure. Yeah, and in life, like I always say, and I've said on other videos, we all, the ones that have come to Christ and really study in depth, and especially the ones with the chapel, I'm sure we have all had our own journey and we've all had our own experiences, and our experiences are our own, maybe what may seem extreme or traumatic to us or to some, the others may not see it the same, because remember, it depends on the individual. Every individual has their own path, and I believe God will lead people back in different ways back to Him. And it's not how others perceive our experiences, it's how deeply they affect us and where they lead us to in the long run. So basically, everybody's gonna have to go through like I said on another video, you can't be living a perfect life and kind of go full force back all of a sudden out of the blue to learn about God. I mean, you could, but usually I would say 9 times out of 10, you have to be kind of down on your luck, and something may happen, or something traumatic, and we call out to our Creator, to our Father. Sometimes that doesn't have to happen, and you may grow up in a family where you're taught from a very young age, and you grow up that way, and that's great. That's the best way. But some of us, unfortunately, we have to go through some traumatic experiences to just come back to the truth. And everybody's going to have their own path that they take, so we can't compare and say, "Oh, well, this was worse." We can. Everybody has their own testimony, and what I will do is, anybody that a couple of you have said to me, I've been wanting to tell my testimony, and you've kind of encouraged me to, do a video on my testimony, and I would say yes, definitely do that, because there's not enough testimonies out there, especially when we can lead them back to the truth, to the chapel's teachings. That's just great. Um, do your testimonies, guys and girls, brothers and sisters. Give your testimonies. Tell people how you came to the chapel, how you came to Jesus. There's things you might not be ready to tell your story straight away, which I'm not ready to go into my full story. But, build up to it, whatever you have to do, get a testimony ready. And I believe God saves us through brings us through a lot of traumatic experiences. And because so many times I shouldn't have been here. I should have been dead. But to put it bluntly, but He brings us through, I believe, sometimes to give a testimony and to bring others to Him. That they can say maybe, "Oh, I can relate to that. That sounds like something I've been through." So yeah, I would always kind of encourage people, give your testimony. Don't worry about what people think. Like, you're not gonna get everybody, but you're gonna touch some, And that's all we can ask for, is for like one or two, like I always say, if one or two, you can help one or two even come back to the truth, that's really good job done, I say. Anyway, I think that's great. And as the many-membered body, we have to also remember we all have different roles to kind of play in what we do, and bring in people to the body and to the truth. And what one's role might not be another's. It doesn't mean you're doing the wrong thing or doing it the wrong way. It's just how the many-membered body is, and how we all need feet, we all need hands, we all need eyes, we all need the mouth, we need all of it. So yeah, and another thing I have, because I've kind of got a little bulletin points here. I can't be writing a script out, but I kind of got bulletin points here. It helps me kind of remember what I'm doing, because if you look at my first couple of videos, I'm like, you know, but you do get better. You know, you get more comfortable in doing the videos and putting them out there. But yeah, I just got a couple bulletin points. And, you know, do you guys remember Pastor Murray saying, well, it's written as well, actually, you know, when Antichrist is here, stay away from that area. Like, don't go down there. And have you ever wondered, like, how we would actually get delivered up? What would the circumstances have to come to for us to get, like, individually picked out and maybe taken to, I don't know. I imagine maybe a government building or something. I mean, imagine how far it would have to go to get to that. Like, something's, you guys know, we're in the last generation. So in my mind, there's something going on. I could kind of feel it brewing, probably because I know we're in that time sequence. But yeah, there's something going on behind the scenes, and I think they've taken advantage of all this coronavirus and the pandemic. Somebody's taken advantage of that, and they always say, follow the money. You know, those are the people that are going to benefit from wrongdoings or whatever they're up to. There's also something in Daniel chapter 11, and I believe it's also in Isaiah 31. I might be wrong on that. But it says that when Antichrist, after he actually is here, and he sets himself up as Jesus, and he sets himself up as basically saying, I've come, I'm here. It says, even the elect, even the bruisers, are gonna, many will even fall by the sword, but there will be those that get help. And they actually use the word holpen. I don't want to take my eyes off the computer for too long, but yeah, it's around Daniel 11, 33. Yeah, here it is, 33, 34. So imagine, like, we know the truth. We already know Antichrist is coming. But imagine what would have to happen for us to actually be deceived. Because it says, like in Matthew 24, if the time wasn't short, in Mark 13, I believe, in both of those, if the time wasn't shortened, even the elect would be deceived. So he's going to have to be really something good. Like, what could it be that they, you know, even the ones that know the truth can fall by the sword still? And this is why, brothers and sisters, we really have to strengthen ourselves. This isn't a joke anymore. I know people are, you know, they get impatient, they get tired and say, oh, people have been saying they've been waiting for Jesus' return for centuries. Yeah, but we've also never been in this point in prophecy where we are before either. So, you know, that's what people don't really realize. We are at that point in prophecy where we're set at that point in time where we got, you know, things are going to start happening. And I believe this pandemic is a huge opportunity for them to do stuff and get up to their deceptive, you know, whatever they're going to be doing, their little things that they get up to, whatever the politicians and the world government leaders, you know, there's got to be something going on. But keep your eyes open, stay in the Word, stay in prayer, stay pure of heart as much as possible. When you do wrong, repent, and that's all we can do, guys. That's all we can do, brothers and sisters. because we have lives to live. You know, we've got families, we've got our routine that we do, and life does get in the way, and sometimes we kind of can get sidetracked. I try not to, but there's been times that I have. And you don't want that. You don't want those gaps that, like, I used to have a lot of gaps where I'd completely go off into my own, do my own little thing and forget about the word, forget about God. I don't do that anymore, and I haven't done that for a few years. I'm really glad, because that puts me into where I'm in contact always, and I don't feel like I've separated myself from Christ or from the Holy Spirit. So yeah, you've always got to walk in the Spirit and stay in the Word. Stay. Most important, I say, especially if you're not in-depth studying yet, talk to Him. Just talk to Him, because He knows our hearts. He knows He knows our situations. He knows what we need, and He just wants us to know that He loves us and He wants us to do right. I was watching this thing today, these documentaries, because I haven't lived in the States for quite a long time, more than a decade. I forgot all about this case. It was in Cleveland, Ohio, I think. And yeah, it was about the Amanda Berry case. And I think, what a monster that guy must have been to kidnap those girls and just, yeah. Sorry to bring that up, but that was just something I was watching today, and I kind of got into watching a few of the documentaries of these three girls situation, and this guy, and he had kids himself. You know, these were his daughter's friends that he kidnapped and tortured and used as sex slaves. And those poor girls, you know, that's got to be traumatic for life. And I remember the one girl saying, I knew God was always with me. So, yeah, that really was touching. And I'm so glad they got away, and that monster. Guess what? He hung himself in his cell a month after sentencing, I believe. He got life plus 1,000 years. So, yeah, if he lives past a life sentence, put another 1,000 years on it. He could stay in there through the millennium as well. No, but he was a monster. And you think people like that, how do they get, you know, he said he was addicted to porn. I'm sorry, that's much more than just a porn addiction. No, 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 no. Brutality, just predators. Stay away from predators. Well, obviously, you know, predators are the most evil, sick people. But we can't judge. We have to be fair and give everybody that comes to this flesh has that chance to repent. You know, because when we do repent and when God knows we're being real and true with Him, He will give us that change of heart. That's why we can't judge, because anybody can change. He says so. Even a Kenite, remember? Anyway, brothers and sisters, really good as always to catch up with you guys. Yeah, and have a great evening, and I will catch you guys next weekend. I love you, brothers and sisters. Have a great evening. Good night.